Hi guys, thanks for watching Twig brother, thanks for watching out there. It's the 31st of March today and that means it's Hydesville Day, which a lot of people have never heard of, but it is the anniversary of the very beginning of modern spiritualism. It goes all the way back to ancient Egypt and I'm sure there has been spirit communication, in fact, as long as there have been people on the earth, but there's evidence, clear evidence of it going on in ancient Egypt. But it had gone quiet, and in 1847, in a little house in Hydesville, USA, three sisters, Margaret Fox, Kate Fox and Leah Fox, discovered that they had a way of communicating with someone. They didn't know who it was. They called him Mr. Splitfoot, a nickname for the devil, because they kind of thought it might be something evil at that point. It wasn't. It was all proved in the end. But, you know, Margaret and Kate particularly were two little girls. Leah was much older. She'd had troubles in her life and she came into poverty. Her husband left her. And then she put a lot of pressure on Margaret and Kate to go out and work pretty much as mediums work now. The system of knocks they used is interesting. That really is the foundation of the way mediums work in spiritualist churches today. We always ask you just to answer what we say with a yes or a no to let us know if we're on the right lines or not. We don't ever ask for any information, because then the information that comes to us and we give out, the person sitting in front of us who's having the message given to them knows that there's no way we could have got this information. You know, so, I mean, sometimes the evidence, if you like, so, you know, you found a coin down the back of the sofa yesterday. What use is that? Well, it's a lot of use to the person getting the message, because that actually proves that the spirit people are real and that someone was there and actually saw it happening. But then you can come under immense pressure, because it is possible to make money out of it. I've never really tried to. I've made small amounts of money out of it, but the last thing you want to do is kind of really make your whole financial situation depend on it. And that's the way Margaret and Kate were pushed by Leah. They were put under a lot of pressure at one point to say that they'd made it all up, and they actually did. I think, where is it? I saw this a minute ago. I can't see it now, but it was around 1888. One of the Fox sisters stood up and she was supposed to be going to take a seance, but she dismissed the whole thing. She admitted that spiritualism was a sham and they'd made it all up. Later in life, they all came back to it, though. No two ways about it. Kate Fox actually came to live in England, married an English barrister, and that's how seriously it was taken, that a barrister wasn't actually afraid to take this on board and start living with it and dealing with it. Kate's 3-year-old son showed mediumistic ability and actually was giving messages out from the age of 3, pretty much as soon as he could talk. And it went on. It was a very successful thing. Other people started coming around them towards about 1850, and other people then were discovering mediumistic gifts around them. So there were mediums, and by 1850, the first spiritualist church was set up, which I believe is in Alabama. I'm not really sure. I should know. But it was real. It was really happening. Around 1885, things started getting investigated, though, and as I say, there was this immense pressure for them to admit that they'd got it all wrong and they'd made it all up, particularly because they were given the message that somebody had been murdered in their house and buried in the cellar. And when the cellar floor was dug up, there was a few fragments of bone, but there was nothing to suggest anybody had ever been murdered there or buried there. It was much later, I think around 1900, there was some work done to that house, and they found the exact body of the person with the same name who'd been communicating buried in the wall of the cellar. So it was absolutely true. It was absolutely real. But very sadly, Kate drank herself to death in July, 1892. She was only 56 years old. Margaret then died in March 1893, aged 59, in Brooklyn. And she was absolutely penniless, which is a shame. But that says to me she wasn't trying to make money out of her gift, and I really respect that. Now, if you look this up on Wikipedia, I'm a bit annoyed about this. You know, anybody can edit Wikipedia, and someone has edited it to say that the Fox sisters actually made it all up. They were all dead within 5 years. Absolute rubbish. They lived, 59 was quite a ripe old age in Victorian times. You know, we didn't have the modern health that we have now. And it proves to me, that they were real and their gift was real and they were genuinely supported. So there we go. There's not a lot more I can say about this. It was a long time ago, but do look it up if you're interested. Tiny little farmhouse in Hydesville is where it all happened. The house was later taken apart and moved to a spiritualist community in New York, and the bones of the murdered guy they found in the cellar were put on display for some years to prove it was all real. Now then, I am taking a service in, Birch Grove on Tuesday night, 7:30. I'm really looking forward to that. So if you're anywhere around Birch Grove or Swansea, do come along and see me. Make me feel good, if nothing else. But I always have confidence to go out and do these things because I've read this story, and every time I come back to it, it builds me up a bit more. Wonderful thing. I'm not going to say too much more about it. I'm sorry if this offends anybody. I know not everybody believes in spiritualism, but that's what I believe, and that's what I'm going to say. I'm not trying to convert anybody, but if you're interested in this, that's where it's at. We never try and convert people because we believe that people will be guided towards us and will come into contact with us when they actually need the spirit communication, not before, not after. Okay, thanks anyway for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be more stuff coming all the time. I'll be back tomorrow with the astrology on out there. Thanks again, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.